please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Video gaming is a wonderful way of building communities. Video gaming is a wonderful way of expressing one's creativity. If you like games that are immersive, we like to go the extra mile with those immersive games and be able to explore building not only a community, but also moderating and or modding those games. Something which is quite common with a whole slew of games. The one game I really like to use mods on is Left 4 Dead. It's just fun. And the community aspect of that is it's a team game. That's great. A game that I'm not overly interested in personally is Dreamlight Valley, but it is quite popular nonetheless. Understandably so, you are able to unlock a whole slew of Disney characters, build your own little world on your own little island, which there is nothing wrong with, by the way. On the screen you see some gameplay footage taken by one of my mods who does play this game. So if anyone asks, no, it's not going to be about one of the creators I'm going to talk today about. Yes, that. But I'm going to blast a creator for misusing the copyright system. There are levels of stupid involved, and when you, even at the lower or highest level, flag another person, get them struck, you, the creator, show you are willing to bully others into silence and misuse a copyright system that, by extension, it can be argued YouTube themselves have failed to implement correctly. All because of one indiscretion, a tiny indiscretion I might add, that could have been resolved quietly in the background. Regardless of the size of the creator in question, who I'm going to name, I'm not going to show any of your content though because you're a flagger, you have suffered a consequence because of your own arrogance. You've ignored the community, the majority of whom are vehemently against you. If you intend to stand out as a creator doing anything, the last thing you want to do is aggravate the community that benefits you to work with, to entertain for. There are limits to how far you can go if you're too busy huffing your own farts. Although based on this error, I'd be inclined to believe you have pink eye. The creators we're going to talk about today are Mr. Star in Sky, who is actually, as I've watched a few of his videos, quite a lovely individual, and his detractor, Ellie, whatever your bloody name is. I don't actually care too much, but I'm going to name you correctly because I don't want to be accused of getting it wrong. I believe you prefer Elle. I'm going to go Ellie, because reality is you're not worthy of my respect. Flaggers seldom earn the respect they deserve. They take it and expect it to be given to them. There is a Cliff's Notes version of what happened, but I'm instead going to use Mr. Star in Sky to explain his side of the story and interject for fair use reasons when I have to. Because Ellie, whatever your name is, let's call you Bob, yes? Your name's Bob. As you are unworthy of respect because you've not earned the respect, I'm not going to show you the respect of using your name. But we know you as Bob the Flagger. Insert Bob the Builder song which changed to Bob the Flagger. Can you flag it? Yes, she can. Congratulations. But for fair use reasons, I will interject at relevant parts of Mr. Star in Sky's video explaining this.
Unfortunately, starting today, I will be skipping all of the posts made by another content creator. I'm not going to name the content creator because I don't want to start any drama, and I actually really like the posts that they make.
It's a shame really because you spoke about it for 30 seconds in a video, according to Reddit, Twitter and everywhere else, and by doing that, and not linking them, citing them, crediting them the way they wanted you to, they decided to strike you. But at the same time, there's a level of respect that can be applied to someone who is rising above the negativity to give their side of it without being disrespectful because they actually respected what the creator had made. It's just a shame that the creator in question is a smeghead.
And I do want to give this person a benefit of a doubt that it wasn't done maliciously, but rather because of not realizing how serious this issue is and potentially not being familiar with the copyright laws.
Based on a number of community posts they've put out since, I'm inclined to believe it was done maliciously and that their narrow-minded interpretation of fair use means they're unwilling to understand there were other options to explore first that didn't involve them huffing paint in advance of having a conversation in DMs. which have been released-ish.
I do not feel comfortable showing them on my channel anymore due to the issues I'm about to tell you about. So this Wednesday in the morning, I received a copyright strike from this content creator.
Mr. Star and Sky goes on to explain what a copyright claim and a copyright strike are. Fundamentally different, copyright claims are much softer, they can be resolved. Right, you can trim it from a video, you don't punish the creator, or you can claim the monetization of it. Simples. Copyright strikes, though, they're more severe. There are avenues to explore as a creator if you feel your copyright is being infringed upon. For example, reaching out to the creator and having a constructive conversation. You can in fact send messages. Or you can just reach out via email or any social media platform that creator uses. Consider this part foreshadowing.
So you might be wondering, why did I get one from this content creator? What did I do to warrant it? Well, what I did was on my Tuesday video this week, in the Reddit review, I spoke about her build while scrolling through Reddit, and I spent about 30 seconds basically talking how amazing it looked, and she didn't like it.
I tried so hard not to roll my eyes at that statement. For about 30 seconds, he spoke of someone's build and how much they enjoyed it. And for that, he got a strike. Are you out of your fecking mind, Bob the Flagger? Seriously, what is wrong with you that you would do that to another creator within the community you inhabit? He, in good faith, is saying, no, don't go harass. I'm not going to name them, I'm not going to show their content. Although that could also be because he's afraid of getting more strikes from you. Because if you get 3, you're out. What kind of person does that? Considering the size of his channel and audience, the one thing you would want to do is maintain a level of professional courtesy and rapport with them. If opportunity presents itself, hell, you could collaborate with them. In this, I mean, you, Bob the Flagger, before you were Bob the Flagger, and instead work with Mr. Star and Sky. But no, you believe yourself above it, and nothing you've done since helps you. We'll go through it soon, don't worry.
So here's what happened. When I saw the strike, I immediately reached out to her, and turns out that she left a comment on my video asking to properly credit her for her creation, and for some reason the comments disappeared. She said she couldn't find it anymore, so she got upset and she issued a copyright strike to my channel. Even though I've never seen the comment, I've asked all of the moderators, nobody ever saw the comments.
Yeah, this fabled comment that Bob the Flagger indicated they had left was either hit by moderation of YouTube's side, which is at this point unlikely, or they removed it themselves to be a dick. Rule 0 of the internet, don't be a dick. Bob the Flagger doesn't like the rules. Now I do think when it comes to properly crediting people, of course, you should cite your sources. I fully agree with that. So does Mr. Star and Sky reference the subreddit or the Reddit page in question or your actual video? Because if it was seen on Reddit, I'd say cite Reddit. And if you have issues, Bob the Flagger, you go and flag Reddit.
So in less than 24 hours after my video went live, without ever contacting me directly, she decided to just issue the most severe form of punishment for me talking about the picture she posted on Reddit, a public forum.
Oh, this just gets better and better then, doesn't it? If you have gone out of your way to publicly post something into a public domain, your content becomes free and open to critique as part of fair use rules. That's why there's a fair use disclaimer at the start of my video, because I want to make it quite clear I am very familiar with the fair use rules. Bob the Flagger is clearly not. Although, interestingly enough, you couldn't help but hide behind the Creative Commons license when it suited you to make the argument that it should have been linked as well. In a public setting, the answer is no. The fact YouTube indulged this shows how fickle you are, but it's okay. Bob the Flagger went on to post on their community tab and then post it to Twitter as well, because you've got to get it out there, everyone. And it's okay. I can show that, because that also falls under fair use. You've made a verbal statement, well, written, and I'd like to go through it. And I should point out, universally panned, to the point you've lost subscribers. At the channel size you're at, you don't want to be losing subs because you don't know how to play the sodding game. So over on the Bob the Flagger YouTube channel and their Twitter, neither are going to be linked. Don't go harass them, we are above them. They posted this image. To my community, I wanted to shed light on a situation I have been dealing with these past few days/hours. Recently, a much larger creator on YouTube featured my Bridgerton build on YouTube without linking my channel, crediting my work. As my community knows, I hold crediting not only my work but the work of others to the highest standard, so I left a polite comment asking them to amend their video description with a link to my original build and my socials. I also thanked the creator for the feature and agreed with them on some of the things they said in their video. My comment was then deleted and ignored. Without evidence of this comment, this is all bollocks. It really is. You have to back everything you say. I like that you hold high standards for crediting others' work, and your own, of course. To request a link to the original build seems reasonable, by the way, but that could have been done privately. To the second paragraph. To protect my work and remain true to my belief, I filed a copyright infringement claim on the video in question. As a growing creator, it is my responsibility to stay true to my values, and I truly believe that crediting and uplifting one another in the community is important to not only protect the integrity of our work, but it's also common decency to respect our fellow YouTube peers. YouTube reviewed my claim, found validity in my reasoning, and the video was removed. You're a flagger. In the YouTube space, if you knew the game well enough, you would know that no one respects a flagger. Straight up, no one does. YouTube may have sided with you on this one, but they were wrong to do so. They were wrong to do so because he spoke of you for 30 seconds and you posted it publicly somewhere. Because you posted it on a public domain, they were wrong to act like they did. Continuing. During my most recent livestream, this creator messaged in live chat to address the copyright infringement, then emailed and private messaged me via Discord to discuss the situation. When we finally spoke in real time, I was met with condescension and an unkind attitude towards my boundaries. I drew my boundaries, offered solutions that would be a healthy compromise. But I have been continually disrespected and belittled in return. This creator did not take accountability for copyright law, denied crediting me, threatened my channel, and then asked me to remove the copyright strike and to just trust that my content would be removed from their video. The thing here is, to remove it, had you not done a strike, he could have gone into the YouTube editor part and simply trimmed that part out. All 30 seconds of him crediting you by saying it is good. You didn't think that through, did you? By trying to control the means of production, you come across as the very thing you were claiming him to be. You also have nothing to back this up right now. We'll get to some of your claimed proof in a moment. Since then, I have been attacked on YouTube, Discord, and now Reddit. I'm being slandered for my character as a creator and called numerous negative things for choosing to protect my work and asking this creator to simply just credit my work. The creator chose to read out private DMs in a video on their channel, fueling a fire that is now out of control. I'm sorry, you flagged him, got a copyright strike applied to his account, and you're crying victim when he then starts to read some of the information publicly. He is well within his right to be angry that you went down the copyright strike route. Others acting in his name, allegedly, without any information here to back it, is another assertion. I want to be explicitly clear. I commented politely before taking the serious step of the copyright claim. I do not make this claim lightly. I reached out to this creator to have open ground to communicate the situation. I have offered solutions that would be a suitable compromise for both of us. I will not tolerate any bullying from this creator, their subscribers, and random people on the internet. Your interpretation of buzzwords, I don't like it. Just to be clear here, you did make the claim lightly. It was actually erroneous and pathetic. And being a much bigger creator, you might say I'm punching down. No, I hold everyone to the same standard. I have over the years made many videos covering subjects like copyright claims and doxing, none of which I ever support. I also don't support flagging. Unless someone has straight up just taken all of your content and put it on their channel, I don't care. You say you are protecting the integrity of your work. You got a bunch of free promotion because of his insertion of your work. You say you offered compromise. You don't allude to whether or not he offered compromise. You say he treated you poorly, spoke down to you. You don't provide any source to back that either. This statement is absolute trash. Furthermore, this creator is not only condoning what is happening to me as acceptable and a lesson to be learned, but is also encouraging a hostile environment. No, the hostile environment is the person full of themselves thinking that they can dictate terms to other creators in an ecosphere where you would surely want to work together to better each other and bring out the best in each other. Instead, you cite the community as if the community backs you, but you treat them like a token when it suits you. You say your channel is built on cozy vibes, channeling creativity, fostering a chill community. I'm sure it is, your community, Right now, your community are not on your side, as you can see from the comments to this post on your community tab, where they've straight up said, deleting comments, how fitting, you are in the wrong, drop the strike. I don't understand why you would give someone a copyright strike for giving you a compliment. Unfollowed, lies, hope you take time to see you made a mistake. Honestly, you have to be so full of yourself to not understand that your audience are against you. And by the way, you then posted screenshots to your community tab as well, thinking it proves the point when it comes to copyright strikes. This just shows they were willing to trim the video. How arrogant are you that you cannot see that? Other screenshots that were shared include the email sent between Mr. Star and Sky and Bob, the flagger, showing that Mr. Star and Sky had all the socials on the screen, therefore Bob was in fact cited. Mr. Star and Sky even apologized in the initial message, as you see on the screen. L, being quite full of themselves, or Bob, said that they're willing to remove the strike if you're willing to link my channel in the description, as well as to pin a comment in your comment section with timestamps of you showcasing my design of your video. I believe this was a big misunderstanding, and we do share members of the same community. Of course you do, it's Disney Dreamlight Valley. I'm okay with this, blah blah blah, use my designs in future videos. If you do, you gotta link everything. Totally reasonable. Citing sources, of course, you should cite it. And if it's on the screen, it is therefore cited. Reply, you mentioned in your email, I find it very problematic that you then came into my live stream to try and discuss this matter when the private DM would have sufficed. How is it different from what you did though? You also responded to me in YouTube comment instead of a private message at first. This is totally professional and valid, and at no point is he speaking down to Bob. Reply, I truly hope you learn how to be respectful to other creators in the future. Reach out to them first and credit properly. If not, I hope the removal of your video and your content strike reminds you that going forward, this could happen again if you do not abide by copyright infringement laws. Fun fact, others had been good to point out that Bob has been doing this on places like Pinterest as well. Apparently their flagging credentials extend to other platforms. Once a flagger, always a flagger. And as Cozy Ladybug has said here, he was scrolling on Reddit, came across your post and paid you a compliment on your build and mentioned your name. That is not stealing your content. Also, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. You took full credit for using the likeness of a Bridgerton build from a smaller content creator that posted theirs 5 days prior. Where is the credit in your video? Unsubbed. Ooh, that last part doesn't help, does it? Not the unsub, just before that. Ooh, not a good look, is it, Bob? I'm going to finish this video with a bit of a TED Talk, moment, situation type kind of deal. We as creators, if we're part of a community, or we are somebody that makes content that falls within a community, need to work with them, with each other, to uplift each other. I was a part of a community long ago. It, for a time, was beneficial. When you insert toxic elements into it, which usually comes from our own pride, our own belief that we are better than others, we run the risk of poisoning that well for everyone. We have to, as creators, learn to work together and not be so full of ourselves, and that applies to all. Mr. Star and Sky offered compromise, and you instead cried victim on your socials as if you were wronged, as if you were mistreated, yet the evidence you then provided does not help you. You dug a hole and misused the copyright system when it suited you, and you may have gotten YouTube on your side as a platform, but you lost hundreds of subscribers as a consequence for it. There is no subscriber count where it is remotely acceptable to treat any creator with the level of disrespect that you, Bob the Flagger, did. There is none. You are at present stuck with a form of tunnel vision, and it will only serve to negatively impact you as a creator as you continue your push to grow and prosper on YouTube, if you want to, that is. He offered you a solution, even after he had credited you. I don't have to credit you, and I don't have to link you, and I won't. For one very simple reason. If a bottle of Glenfiddich 12 is not worth a cork, link to the socials for that down below of course, you are not worth a subscription. And if you believe that me, a larger creator, holding you to the same standards he holds everyone else to is a form of bullying, you need to relearn the word bullying. And also learn how to not be so self-obsessed, absorbed, and arrogant.